Hello dear children, welcome back to your science class. So today we are going to discuss about cell is basic unit of life. So why the statement is made so? It performs all life functions like intake of food, materials, excretion, metabolism, respiration, irritability, etc. So in this there is division of labor seen. So cell usually possesses a number of components called cell organelles. Each cell organelle performs different functions. Clearing waste material is also one of the important function. What is cell made up of? A cell is a tiny mass of protoplasm which is surrounded by a membrane and is capable of performing all function of life. A typical cell is formed of three parts: plasma membrane to create separate environment, nucleus for its control, cytoplasm possessing metabolic machinery. Now first let us talk about plasma membrane. In outermost delicate elastic membranous covering of the cell that separates its content from external environment is called plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is selectively permeable. That means it allows entry of certain substance, restricting others. It is made up of a bilipid layer and proteins are integrated in, out and inside. Small carbohydrates are attached and placed to outer surface of lipids and proteins. Functions: shape of the contents of the cell. To maintain the shape is the most important function of the plasma membrane. Mechanical barrier, it acts as a mechanical barrier. Semi-permeable, it is a semi-permeable membrane. Endocytosis is shown. That means it can take in the material from outside atmosphere. Recognition of centers, flow of information to carry out osmosis, to carry out cell continuity, modify to perform special functions like absorption in microvilli. Membranes act as physical barriers between organelles of cell and its cytoplasm and its surrounding environment. Let's see the meaning of few words that you will come across these lesson. Impermeable, substance that do not pass through the membrane. Permeable, both solute and solvent can pass through. Semi-permeable, membrane permeable to solvent but prevents solutes. Selectively permeable, if membrane allows the passage of solvent and some selected solutes. So this was about the plasma membrane. Now let us discuss what is active and passive transport. Substances may pass across the membrane without or with expenditure of energy. What is active transport? Substances pass the membrane with consuming ATP. What is passive transport? Substances pass the membrane without consuming ATP. Bulk transport, large amounts of substances and food particles across the plasma membrane. The process of bringing the bulk of materials from outside by formation of endosmosis is called endocytosis. Bulk expulsion of materials as in secretion and excretion is called exocytosis. The process of movement of substance, that is solid, liquid or gas, from the region of high concentration to the region of its lower concentration till they spread uniformly in given space is called diffusion. Diffusion helps in exchange of respiratory gases between the cells and their environment. Transpiration is diffusion process. Flowers spread aroma through diffusion to attract insects and other animals for pollination. Let us see what is diffusion. It can take place in solid, liquid and gas. It does not involve any semi-permeable membrane. It equalizes the concentration of substances. Different substances diffuse independent of one another. Diffusion is not much influenced by presence of other substances. How diffusion is different from osmosis? Osmosis, it takes place only in liquid medium and it requires semi-permeable membrane. Only solvent undergoes diffusion. It is influenced by concentration and type of solute particles. So there are three main types of solutions: hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic. So hypotonic, which has an osmotic concentration lower than the solution. Isotonic, the solution has osmotic concentration similar to the another solution. And hypertonic, which has osmotic concentration higher than that of the other solution.